Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Zaki Crypto Update, your go-to channel for the latest insights, news, and analysis in the world of cryptocurrency. If you're a holder of Pepe coin or just keeping an eye on the meme coin market, today's video is one you cannot afford to miss. There's something brewing on the charts that could spell trouble for Pepe coin's price action over the coming days. We're talking about some serious bearish signals that could potentially lead to a major drop. Could the dreaded death cross be forming? What does it mean for you as an investor? And how should you navigate the waters of this volatile market? We're going to break it all down in today's video. But before we get started, I need you to do a couple of things if you're new to the channel or if you've been watching for a while and haven't done it yet. Make sure you hit that subscribe button like this video and turn on your notification bell so you never miss an update. And of course, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on Pepe coin. Are you still bullish? Or are the bearish signals starting to make you nervous? Let's get the conversation going in the comments. Now, let's jump into it. Let's start with what's been happening with Pepe coin over the past week. On September 7th, we saw a pretty nice rally, with Pepe's price rising by almost 14%. It reached a daily high of around $0.0000756, giving some hope to investors that maybe Pepe was about to break out of its recent slump. However, that upward momentum didn't last long. The price hit resistance right at the 20-day exponential moving average, or EMA, which you might have seen labeled as the red wave on technical analysis charts. This resistance was a huge red flag for traders who were looking for a clean breakout. Why is this important? Well, when a cryptocurrency like Pepe fails to push through an EMA level, especially the 20-day EMA, it typically suggests that sellers, also known as the bears, are still in control. In simpler terms, the bears are defending this level and preventing the price from rising any further. And when we see the price getting stuck under that level, it usually means that more downward pressure is coming. But what's even more concerning is the potential formation of a death cross. If you're unfamiliar with this term, don't worry, we'll break it down for you. So what exactly is a death cross? This term refers to a very specific technical pattern that forms when the 50-day exponential moving average crosses below the 200-day exponential moving average. In this case, Pepe coin's 50-day EMA, which is often represented as the purple wave, is closing in on its 200-day EMA, or green wave. When these two lines cross, it's known as a death cross, and it's widely considered a bearish signal by technical analysts. Why is this pattern such a big deal? Historically, whenever a death cross appears on the charts, it often leads to a significant price drop. The last time we saw this happen with Pepe coin was back in February 2024. And guess what happened? The price of Pepe dropped by a staggering 22% in just 1 week. That's right, a single technical pattern led to a dramatic crash. Now, if the same thing happens again, Pepe could be in for a rough ride. A similar drop this time around would bring the price down to test support levels at $0.0000068. And if things get really bad, it could even dip to $0.0000059. These are critical levels that every Pepe holder needs to watch closely. On the flip side, if the bulls manage to fend off this bearish pattern and we see some upward movement, the price could rise to face resistance at $0.0000086 and possibly even $0.0000001 before retreating. But the fact remains the death cross is a powerful bearish indicator, and if you're holding Pepe, you'll want to keep an eye on these levels over the next few days. So with all of these bearish indicators piling up, is there any sign of hope? Well, one of the things that traders look at to get a sense of market momentum is the Relative Strength Index, or RSI. As of right now, Pepe coin's RSI sits at 46.79 on the daily charts. For those who are new to technical analysis, an RSI reading of 30 or below generally indicates that an asset is oversold and might be due for a bounce, while a reading of 70 or above suggests that an asset is overbought and could be due for a pullback. Pepe's current RSI is sitting in neutral territory, which means we're not getting a strong buy or sell signal from this indicator alone. However, the neutrality of the RSI combined with all the other bearish signals we've been talking about isn't exactly comforting. When you have technical patterns like the death cross forming and whale activity stalling out, a neutral RSI isn't likely to be a game changer. That brings us to our next point, the whales. In the world of cryptocurrency, whales are a major force to reckon with. When they move, the market tends to follow. So what have the whales been up to when it comes to Pepe coin? Unfortunately, the news here isn't great. The largest cohort of whale wallets, those holding over 1 billion Pepe tokens, has remained flat for quite some time now. This stagnation is worrying because typically whale activity drives a lot of the market's momentum. When whales start accumulating a token, it's usually a sign that a price surge could be on the way. On the flip side, when they start selling, it can signal that a big drop is coming. The fact that these whales aren't doing much right now suggests that they might be waiting for a better opportunity, perhaps at lower price levels. This is a bearish signal in itself, especially when combined with everything else we've discussed. Meanwhile, the smaller holders, those with between 1 million and 100 million Pepe tokens, have been steadily accumulating. While that might sound like a good thing, it's important to remember that smaller holders are more likely to react to short-term price movements. They don't have the same long-term view or influence as the whales, which means their actions might not be as significant in the grand scheme of things. When the whales are sitting on the sidelines and not accumulating, it's often a sign that they're anticipating a price drop. This further heightens the bearish pressure on Pepe coin. If all of this wasn't enough, we've got yet another bearish technical pattern forming on the charts, the descending triangle. For those unfamiliar with the term, a descending triangle is considered a bearish continuation pattern. It features a downward sloping upper trend line that compresses price action into lower highs, while the lower trend line stays relatively flat, acting as a support level. In the case of Pepe coin, this descending triangle suggests that selling pressure is intensifying and each rally is getting weaker and weaker. This is a classic sign that the bulls are losing control and the bears are starting to take over. And traders who analyze descending triangles often estimate the potential downside by measuring the maximum height of the triangle and projecting it downward from the point where the price breaks below the support line. If this pattern plays out, Pepe's price could plummet by over 65%, potentially dropping to as low as $0.0000261. Pepe did break out of this descending triangle briefly in early September, but the bulls weren't able to sustain the breakout, and the price was quickly pushed back inside the pattern. If the price confirms this bearish setup, it could be lights out for Pepe in the short term. So what should you do if you're holding Pepe right now? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Well, it really depends on your risk tolerance and your outlook on the broader market. If you believe in Pepe's long-term potential and you're comfortable with the possibility of a short-term price drop, you might choose to hold on to your tokens and ride out the storm. Before we wrap up, let me give you a quick disclaimer. The information provided in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. Cryptocurrency investments are highly volatile and come with a high level of risk. Always do your own research or consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Zaki Crypto Update is not responsible for any financial losses you may incur while trading or investing in cryptocurrency. All right, that's a wrap for today's video on Pepe coin. The death cross is looming, whale activity is stagnant, and the descending triangle is signaling further downside. Things are looking pretty bearish for Pepe right now, but as always in the crypto world, anything can happen. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And don't forget to drop a comment below. What are your thoughts on Pepe coin? Are you still holding, or are you getting ready to jump ship? Let's get the conversation started in the comments. Thanks for tuning in to Zaki Crypto Update. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.